behind every strong community is someone willing to build. Hello and welcome to Thriving at Altitude. I'm your host, Dave Donahue. Join me high in the Rockies as we explore conversations with entrepreneurs, community leaders, and local business owners who are building, growing, and thriving right here at altitude. Welcome to Thriving at Altitude. We have Kandalaft with us today. She is the founder of BodyKindVail.org. And we're so happy to have you here today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
Yeah. I have a new format that I'm going to use today for questions. We're going to do shuffling questions. It's like a choose your own thriving adventure here. She's going to point to a question, and I'm going to ask it. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and point to
Okay, cool. I've been in very much a pink vibe recently, so we'll start with center pink.
This one right here?
In the middle.
Center?
Yeah.
All right. Alex, what is your long-term vision for BodyKind, and what's coming up next that people should know about?
Ooh, it's funny that you are asking me that because I was actually thinking about that this morning. What I do see being the long-term goal for BodyKind, and ultimately I want to have a BodyKindVail house. So a place that's open all day, similar to a treatment center, but minus the treatment. So individuals who are struggling or just need a safe space to come pop in and maybe eat a meal or are just feeling really low and want to be around people who get it. They can just come in whenever, and very much cozy vibes and a safe space. So ultimately would love to have a BodyKind house in the Valley. I also have been thinking about expanding BodyKind outside of Vail, so using it as a model for eating disorder support throughout all the little mountain towns throughout the whole state of Colorado. So having a BodyKind Aspen or a BodyKind Breck, just because I know eating disorders run very wild in mountain communities. So using it as a model to have the same services in other mountain towns.
It seems like urban environments and cities have more resources.
Yes.
But people in the mountains still need those available to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What was the second part of the question?
Oh, the second part of the question was, what's coming up next that people should know?
Ooh, coming up next. Yeah. So late May or early June, we are going to be having a movie showing at the Snow Sport Museum in Vail Village. We're going to be showing Jessie Diggins' her documentary. She's an Olympic athlete and is very open and honest about her lived experience with an eating disorder. And she has a book called Brave Enough, and she also has a documentary. So the Snow Sport Museum, they've been so generous and are super excited to have BodyKind there for an evening. So that's going to be super fun. That's to be expected. And groups are still the same.
This will run sort of for a while, so evergreen. So we'll kind of have things that are repeating and coming back.
Okay.
In BodyKind as well, you have some programs and groups that run frequently and regularly.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You want to pick another question?
Yeah. Let's go orange bottom.
All right. What is the origin story behind BodyKind, and how has it grown since you first launched it?
The origin story behind BodyKindVail is my own personal experience with an eating disorder. I struggled with an eating disorder in 2022 and 2023, and then ultimately sought treatment in Denver the early months of 2024. And after treatment, did a lot of reflection during my recovery journey, and really thought about the lack of resources that exist here in Eagle County, Colorado, and remembering that it was so hard for me to find any sort of support group. There was none. There were no support groups for what I was going through. And I think virtual support can be helpful, but when you are really in the pits of your illness. Like, you need that in-person connection. I was even struggling in the clinical space to like find nurses or just anyone who could really understand what I was going through. So it was really isolating. And I know that I'm not the only one here in this community that lived with an eating disorder or disordered eating, and ultimately just like wanted to create resources that I wish I had and feel that they would have helped me recover a lot sooner. So, good friend of mine, Rob Sharon, he is the executive director and founder of Reconnected, which is another recovery nonprofit, but primarily focused on like addiction recovery. He's a good friend of mine, and told him that I really wanted to bring like eating disorder recovery into the broader recovery space here in Eagle County. And he was like incredibly supportive and totally on board. And they opened up their space for me to host a weekly eating disorder support group. So we started those in June of 2025. And then as the groups kind of started getting rolling, it was evident that there was a real need for services like beyond just a support group. There was a need for community education. There was a need for like creative healing workshops and just so much more. So started the process of getting the 501c3 to make it an official nonprofit organization, which would then allow us to start applying for grant funding and get individual donations, et cetera, et cetera. So we got our 501c3 and then launched to the public in October of 2025. And truly, like, if I knew where BodyKind would be at right now back in October when we launched, I like wouldn't believe it. We've grown so much. It's just been truly incredible, and I've met the most amazing humans. And I'm just so grateful and learn from everyone in the community and continue to just shape programs based off of like what participants need and want. I think that's something leading an organization that was founded, it has an origin story of like my own experience. I know and have an idea of what would be helpful, but ultimately like this organization isn't for me, it's for other people. So taking in input of what support they need and using that to like shape all of our programming and groups and stuff. So
amazing. It's been fun to watch the community grow and see what has progressed. Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that for the community.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would we like next?
Let's go yellow.
All right. This one?
Yes.
With everything you're doing for others, what helps you maintain your own self-care?
Oh, great question. Honestly, well, for sure my friends. I think I'm very grateful to have the community of friends that I do. Spending time with them just like refreshes my soul. I'd also say running. Honestly, running has been a huge part of my self-care journey and really connecting with it in a way that's not from a disordered state, but like in a healthy recovery state, and just time alone outside, like on the trails or even just like on the road, is truly my time where I can like let my brain quiet down and just enjoy my alone time, and it just like gives my soul a bath. So running and friends is my number one.
Ah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some camping recently too, perhaps, that you took an adventure camping. Was that connected to the running, or was it different?
No,
time?
It was different time. It was the weekend or 2 weekends after the race, and just like a backyard Eagle camp night adventure just to kind of kick off summer season. So I'm like in the summer camping and just being disconnected from media and just all the things. I think having quiet time out in nature is incredible.
Awesome.
Yes.
There was one that fell on the floor that might want to be the next question.
Okay, fun. It's like, please, pick me. We'll pick it.
And we're back.
All right, let's go for it.
You've made the BodyKind groups free and approachable from the start. How does that help open up opportunities for people who might otherwise never reach out?
Yeah. So free is like a non-negotiable for me and any services that BodyKind offers, and especially like our support groups. And I think, we see individuals who might not have health insurance or are on Medicaid or whatever it may be, and that just puts barriers to treatment and support in a clinical space. And also, I think support in a clinical space can be like really intimidating, and it's not as approachable for someone who's wanting that connection and support, but not to that extent. So I think our groups are peer-led. Like I facilitate every group unless there's a freak incident where I'm not available to lead. But I think having that peer-led space just makes it super approachable, and knowing that the person who's running group like has lived it and they get it. And free, it just removes any sort of like financial barriers. And then also location-wise, like I know we have group participants who are bus riders, and being somewhere where it's easy to access, just like transportation even wise, it's really important to be like right by a bus route. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And you have some other facilitators who can join the groups who have more clinical experience.
Yes.
But again, it's a peer-to-peer environment.
Right.
And it helps to have a little bit of guidance, but makes it a lot different than a hospital or a clinic or something
totally
more terrifying.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why it's so like the first Wednesday of every month, we have a therapist from Vail Behavioral Health who comes and she co-facilitates group with me, and she's like truly fabulous. I just absolutely love and adore her so much, and she brings so much value to our group. And I think it is important to have like the pair of clinical and also peer support, and I think they do work really well together. So giving participants access to have kind of like a more clinical perspective on something that they're struggling with that's still free. Otherwise, they might not be able to, like with health insurance barriers and stuff. So there is that opportunity too, while still emphasizing the peer support aspect for the remainder of the month.
That's so good. That's great.
Yes.
All right, let's pick another question.
Okay, let's go yellow middle.
All right, yellow middle. How has your own healing journey shaped how you live today?
Man, it's interesting. I think I talk about my healing journey being similar to a rebirth. I think the person that I am now is night and day different than the person I was even before I got sick with an eating disorder. I feel the most confident that I've ever felt in my life, and like not only physically, but also just in my interactions with friends, family, and professionally. And I think knowing that I can go through something as hard as like recovering from an eating disorder, it just gives me this sense of like superhuman powers, and I can do truly anything that I set my mind to. And
you can.
Yeah.
And you do have superpowers.
Yeah, I like to think so. So I really do think it is a rebirth. I am a completely different human, and just have so much empathy for everybody and compassion, and also this like deep hunger, pun like not intended, but like to just learn. And I've been so fascinated by the eating disorder world, and all things related to eating disorders, and just wanting to constantly educate myself. So this deep want to just know all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. That's green.
Yep. When did you realize that Vail Valley felt like home to you?
Honestly, post-recovery, I think I moved in October. It'll be 6 years. So in October, I'll have been here for 6 years, which is crazy to think about. And I'd say, probably like the first 4 years, I knew I loved it, but was like, I don't know if I want to like set my roots here. And then after recovery, after treatment, when I was like new in recovery, I met a whole new group of friends. I had a career transition. So all of this just opened up the valley in a whole new way to me, like meeting new people and having new experiences. And then that is ultimately when I was like, whoa, like I cannot imagine living anywhere else. And funny enough, my mom, she actually came out and visited me September of last year, when I did the Speak Up, Reach Out, This Is My Brave production, my mom came out and she got to meet a lot of my friends, and she told me, and she was like, Alex, you as an adult, like, you will not find the community that you have here anywhere else if you move. Like, you are so lucky to be in a town that has this like sense of community and all your friends that you have. So my mom was like, you'd be silly if you left. Yeah. So
I remember the speech. I remember.
Yeah.
I wasn't there at the Valar, but I remember seeing it, and very powerful.
Yes.
And Speak Up, Reach Out
Yes.
is also a group. Reconnected, Speak Up, Reach Out,
Yeah.
BodyKindVail. These are all groups that are
mental
supporting-
health advocates, man. Yeah, totally.
and supporting the community.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. This is fun. Bottom green.
How did being a teacher and working with kids influence the way you've built the BodyKind community?
Oh my gosh. All of it. I think it definitely teaching, and specifically teaching kindergarten, like I just have a natural kind of like youthful, playful vibe to everything
Yes.
I do. And
Agreed.
it's funny to me because I'm very much, I kind of stick out in like the corporate adult world because it's just like that professionalism like isn't my vibe. Like I'm used to just hanging out and being with kids. And I think that it really does shape the way that I go about BodyKindVail. Like in my meetings with people, like one-on-one, just being very casual and playful and like remembering that nothing is really that serious.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like nothing is really that serious. Like, and it's true. So yeah, I think just having like a youthful, playful, and it helps with my group facilitation skills too, and just like the flow and like knowing how to redirect conversation in a way that's still validating what the person is saying, but also like having the best interest in the rest of the group and just making sure things like keep flowing smoothly. Yeah, so I'd say every aspect.
Can I add one to that as well?
Yes, please.
Your patience.
Oh, yes.
It really has helped, I feel like, in terms of knowing you and knowing BodyKindVail and how you facilitate
Thank you.
and allow each person's voice to be heard,
Right,
and allow just the community to
right,
approach the subject that's difficult.
right.
Yeah.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
Safety and patience.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go orange.
Okay, we got. What type of support groups are you running currently? How does the peer-to-peer model look and feel to new patients?
So we currently have two
Or
support.
participants, I should say.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. Two groups. One we have every Wednesday, and this is just like a general eating disorder support group. It is a hybrid style, so most of our participants do join in person, but the virtual joining option is available, which is super fun. And it's led in English, just very general. So like no matter what experience someone has, whether it's a diagnosed eating disorder or disordered eating behaviors or like body image struggles, or they know someone who has an eating disorder, it truly is open and supportive to anybody.
For men and women.
Men and women, old and young, all of it.
Different kinds of eating disorders.
Yep.
But it's good to have the community together.
Yep.
So they can hear the stories and understand the
Yeah.
treatment, the recovery.
Yeah, totally. And I think that anyone that has been into a group has told me like this sense of community that you all have is truly like, it's emotional. Like we are truly a family, and it is the most diverse group of humans ever. And
I love that.
It's so special, and it truly like they're like my family, and it's so diverse, and anyone like you don't have to be a certain level of sick, or you don't have to struggle with a certain type of eating behavior. You don't have to be a certain age, look a certain way. Anyone is welcome. So that's our weekly Wednesday group. And then we also just launched a Spanish language support group, which is incredible. So those are every Tuesday and Thursday. No, that's so wrong.
That's okay.
It's the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of every month. So every other Tuesday, and these are facilitated by a woman who is truly like an inspiration to me and an inspiration to everyone in the recovery space. She's also really involved with Reconnected, and her story is just, she's truly superwoman, super mom, and yeah, so she's facilitating these Spanish language groups, and really that was another big thing that meant so much to me starting BodyKindVail was I wanted members in this community who speak Spanish as their first language or just like have a different cultural background than I do to have the same access to support. And I think within that cultural space, eating disorders and disordered eating can look very similar to its core, but also be like tremendously different. So having that safe space for them just like means the world to me. And I know it's been going really well. I haven't been to any of those groups, but I've heard that those are going really well. So
We love to hear that.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think last two more.
Two more.
Pink.
Okay. Knowing your love
sweating.
of pets.
Oh, yes.
How do a cat named Binks and a lizard named Phoenix get along together?
Oh my God. When there was the question about the self-care, I was going to bring up like just the hanging out with my animals. Yes, my black cat Binks and my lizard leopard gecko.
Sorry, leopard gecko.
Yeah. I'm defensive. Phoenix.
Always smiling.
Phoenix.
In pictures.
Oh my God, always. Yeah. She's kind of been like super moody lately though.
Okay.
She's been really moody and kind of been like a sassy teenager.
Waiting for summer. Waiting for the off season to be over.
Right. Like she's just like
the humans.
And she's so annoyed by her little sister. So, you know, Binks is just an energy ball tornado and loves to hang out right around her sister's tank. Not like in an attacking way.
Not hunting.
No,
just curious.
Just curious.
Okay.
And I think I truly think she knows that like it's my sister. Like, and she's a baby. Like she wants to hang out with her sister. And then Phoenix is like, just like so annoyed and isn't really into it. So when I want to take Phoenix, now I open Phoenix's tank when I do feeding time with Binks in the room. So that's been new, but it's a lot of like shoving her and like trying to like hold the tank open and keep it safe from Binks getting in, but then also like trying to expose Binks and letting her know like, it's okay. We can still be chill. Like, yeah. So it's been a journey for sure.
Maybe when you go out, they just totally get along the whole time.
Right.
And hang out.
I would love to see that.
And then when you come home, they want your attention, so it's like different behavior.
Right. I like to think so.
Can we get like a secret cam on for them while you're gone?
Oh my God, we should. I used to actually, oh no, my earring. When I first got Phoenix, because I got Phoenix about a year before I got Binks, I did have a little like baby cam that I kept in her tank because I was just so obsessed. And then it was like a very cheap camera and broke really quickly, so I never got back to it. But I would love to like see that and see what they do.
We could even like publicize it and have Binks and Phoenix
like a live cam. Yeah.
Please.
Oh my God, that'd be so cute.
Yeah. They could join the podcast.
Incredible. Oh my gosh, incredible. Okay, I love it. Yeah, no, I love them so much. They're like truly, they're my babies.
It says a lot with the love of pets and the taking care of them. And,
gosh, I love them so much. They're everything and more.
All right, our last question.
Okay, yeah.
Is you just completed a 64-mile foot race in Fruta. Mm-hmm. What was that experience like? What did it teach you?
Oh my gosh. I don't think there's many words to describe the experience running my first 100K trail race. It was the Desert Rats UTMB race and a very diverse crew of runners. You have the ultra elite runners, and then you also have like the average day-to-day runner like myself. And it was 19 and a half hours time on did I say that right? 19 and a half hours.
I think so. Under 20 hours, but...
Yeah, it was under 20 hours. Yeah, 19 hours and 28 minutes and 59 seconds, to be exact, with the 20-hour race cutoff. And felt super strong the whole day. Weather was very questionable with 2 hailstorms, but would rather have that over heat. Because I know last year, the race, they had the most DNFs they've had in that race history just because it was so hot.
Did not finish.
Yep.
Right? Okay, yep.
Yep, DNF did not finish. And so I would rather take the hail over the heat. yeah, it was so much fun and was just like another testament to like how strong I am and how strong everyone is. Like I would look around and see people who would be running or walking past me, and I'm just like, it's like, it makes you emotional, like seeing the people out there putting themselves up to this challenge, and it's so much more mental than it is physical. I was just, it was like really the coolest thing that I've ever done.
I picture it as a out-of-body experience, or like looking down at your body and it's still doing all this work to get to the finish line.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of in a dreamy state.
Yeah, and there's so many different phases, like you go through, you have different races within one race. So like I had like different experiences physically and mentally in certain parts of the race compared to others. And you hit walls for a little bit, but then you kind of get out of it, and then you have a second wind, and then you're moving good again. And yeah, it was really the coolest thing I've ever done, and just like, yeah, a testament to my recovery and my strength, and feeling so grateful for a body that's fueled and can put me on adventures like that. And I'm excited for the next one.
Yeah, the next one.
Yeah,
cool.
Next year. We'll do another one next year.
Would it help to have a buddy, a running buddy, or
I'm
do
a
you meet
solo
people during
runner.
the race where like you are kind of with them for a little bit? You're solo.
I'm a solo runner, and I did meet some people along the trails, because you do talk to people. And I had some cool conversations, but like I found myself kind of like, I don't know, I wasn't super engaged just because I like really did want to be alone. And I think there were parts in the race where I was grateful to have someone that I was talking to, because it made like 3 miles just go by like way quicker.
Exactly.
And in a race like that, like 3 miles, it's not a lot, but at the same time, it's like to just knock some out helps. I love being alone. It's like my time where I can just be quiet and be alone with my thoughts. So it's honestly my dream to like be alone running for 19 and a half hours.
What a cool challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
And then afterwards you recovered and felt better pretty soon, or did it take a while to feel better?
Faster than I thought.
Okay.
I think the day immediately after the race, I was like, oh my God, it's going to be a really long recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that I was going to be not able to walk for at least a week. But then after about 3 days, like I honestly felt pretty fine, and then was able to go for my first run the Friday. So my race was on a Saturday, and then I went for my first run back on Friday. So 6 days. Just like a short run, but my body felt strong and everything felt good. So
amazing. And then also like culturally in the adventure scheme, going from like a big group adventure to kind of back to the day-to-day.
Oh, it's tough. And anyone that has done like an ultra race or any big like bike race, whatever it is, has shared this experience with me, and they're like, it can be really hard, like adjusting back to normal day-to-day life, because you go on this adventure that no one can truly understand unless you did it with them or like has done it too. And then it alters your brain chemistry a little bit, like doing something that physically intense and then going back and just being expected to be like a working human, you know. It's a weird feeling. It's sad, because it makes me think like, why aren't we all just like doing creative projects that like brings us joy with being outside all the time, or like why are we all like working in offices? Like I don't understand like why people can't just like hang out outside and like just move their bodies outside and just like be outside all day. I think people would be a lot happier, but it's not the world we live in.
That's all right. It's balance.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think like and too, like I am very work driven, and like I love working and creative projects and all of that, like always. And like I think, you know, we do need that. Like I think work also has its own like positive mental health effects.
Absolutely.
On people.
Yeah.
Yeah, balance. It's all balance.
But having the valley and the outdoors and things right by here, it is really nice to have.
It is
available to us.
Oh, we're so lucky.
Yeah.
Like we are so lucky.
Yeah,
we really are.
Well, we were lucky to have Alex on today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
it was so much fun.
Yeah,
so much fun. Very nice.
We'll
Cool.
have her back again with some updates maybe in a year or so and see what's happening, what's changed.
Hopefully with a BodyKind house.
BodyKind house on tap, coming up.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Alex. Great to have
Sweet.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bye, Thriving at Altitude. See you next time. If you have any questions about any of our guests or want to be part of the show, please email me at davedonahue@kw.com. Feel free to reach out.